Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is McCleskey. Today I'm going to be showing you guys this really simple but pretty look that you can do for Valentine's Day or just date night or any time you're going out. Get ready for yourself if you want to, but I'm going to be testing out some new makeup with you guys while I create this look and giving you my thoughts on everything. If you do end up liking the video, please remember to subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and leave me a comment letting me know what you think. And let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so I like to start out by priming my face. And today I'm actually going to be using two different primers. One is new to me and the other one is somewhat new, but I know I like it. So first I'm starting out with this Laura Mercier, the Hydrating Primer. It's the new Pure Canvas Primer, and I'm mostly putting this on the outer portion of my face and avoiding where I get oily. So I get more oily like on my nose and a little bit on my chin, so mostly just focusing this like on my forehead and the outer perimeter of my face. Then I'm trying out this new primer from GlamGlow. This is a Super Mattify 6 Acid Clarifying Primer. So it comes with a little spatula, and then you open it up and your primer's in here. So you just take the spatula, and it says to get a pearl size amount, but since I'm not putting it all over my face, I probably won't use quite that much. And then it says to massage it between your fingers to activate the acid complex, and then apply it and massage it evenly onto your face. It says to use this as the last step in your skincare routine before makeup. So it feels really smooth, like creamy consistency. And it smells like their Super Mud mask if you've used that before. And it says the key ingredients are charcoal and oil balancing clay and hyaluronic acid. And this is supposed to keep you from getting oily or shiny. So it says it's good for oily and problematic skin. And I've been having more breakouts lately, so I'm hoping this will just kind of tame everything down. And then while my primer sits on my face, I just like to go in and do my brows so that this has time to really soak in. And then this isn't a new product. I mean, it's somewhat new, but I've been loving the Anastasia Luminous foundation. My camera does not want to focus right today. This is shade 140N, and I like to go in with a flat kabuki brush. They actually have a foundation brush. This is the A30. So I usually do about 2 pumps of this foundation to cover my whole face with like a light, even layer. And then I just really buff it into the skin. And I don't put too much like under my eyes because I'm gonna go in with concealer there anyways, and we don't want it to get cakey looking. So the less product there right now is better. And I always bring some on my eyelids just because otherwise the redness bothers me while I'm doing the rest of my foundation. And I like to bring some down to my neck, but this color matches me pretty perfectly, at least from what I can tell, so I don't bring it like all the way down. But you don't want to have a line at your jawline either, so just kind of blend it in there. Okay, then next I'm using the new Hourglass Concealer. It's the Cream Vanish Concealer. So this is how the brush is. And I'm just gonna bring it all where I want to cover up any discoloration or highlight my face. So I like to do a little on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, on my chin, kind of around my nose because I can get kind of red there. And I probably didn't need to dip back in, but I just dipped in one more time. And I bring it kind of on the sides of my nose just to help contour it a little bit more. I've used this one a few times, but I've definitely been liking it. It just makes your skin look really airbrushed. I've been using this Sigma Soft Blend Concealer brush. So I just take that and buff it out. You can also use like a beauty blender or sponge, but I've been trying to use more brushes lately. I just feel like I don't know, I get better coverage this way and it's quicker. So I start by buffing out the edges and then go up. And then wherever you want more coverage, just buff it out a little bit less. And I don't really drag the brush, I more just like press it into my skin for concealer. And even if you don't really have like hair around your lips, I just feel like putting concealer there just brightens it all up because it can look a little shadowy there sometimes. But I always wait to do my nose, blend out my nose concealer till the end, just because I feel like then it gets a little more tacky and then it doesn't like pull off of my nose. Otherwise I have it where it doesn't want to stay on my nose. So I've found by letting it dry a little bit, it just keeps it from doing that. As you can see, it pretty much got rid of all my dark circles that I had or any discoloration that I had going on around there. I haven't noticed that it sinks in or settles to any fine lines or pores. It's just really a nice smooth finish. Before I set, I'm actually going to prime my eyes, and I am using the new Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas. It's an eye base. It's like a mix between an eye base and a concealer, so it has a concealer type consistency. It only comes in one shade right now, which is more of like a medium shade, so I hope they expand it because I would like something a little bit lighter, but it does work pretty well for my skin tone. It should work for more medium to deep skin tones as well, which is nice, but if you have super deep skin or super fair skin, I don't think it would work for you, unfortunately. So I like to take more of a flat brush like this one. This is a P. Louise brush. I don't know what the number is exactly, but I just take some of the product, rub it all over my eye up to my brow. And I like this because then you can kind of clean up your brow using this too underneath. And I like to bring it a little bit out here because I usually bring some eyeshadow out there as well. And I just kind of slap this on at first and then I go over it with a beauty sponge to just really even it out. So it feels really light. It's not quite as tacky as like the P. Louise base. So it's a little bit different than that one, but kind of a similar concept, I guess. So then just taking a damp sponge, I just tap it out. And I like to do this before I put powder on my face, because if I get powder over here, then it'll just end up getting like clumpy. So I like to do all creams before I powder anything. And actually I'm going to do some cream bronzer real quick. I'm using the Milk Makeup matte bronzer in the shade Baked. I'm just going back with that same foundation brush and just rubbing it on the product. I like to do on my cheeks with this. And this will just give you like a really nice contour, but super natural. And it's a good base for underneath your bronzer or blush. You can just go right in with the cream stick too, and like if you're in a hurry you could just blend it out with your fingers, but this just makes it a lot more soft and it blends out just a lot easier this way because you don't get too much product. I'll do a little down the sides of my nose and at the tip. And then you can bring it like under your jawline too if you feel like you need to contour that. Sorry if it looks like my skin is peeling because it kind of is still. I got a face peel the other day at the Face Foundry. It's actually been a week now, but I'm still kind of peeling from that, but I feel like overall it just made my skin look really nice. It did help with breakouts. I have been getting more breakouts. I went to the dermatologist, like I said in my last video, if you watched that. I was kind of talking about how I was having skin problems. I haven't done the microcurrent facial yet because I went to the dermatologist and then I ended up going and getting a peel with a friend, so I'm putting that off just a little bit. But one sec, I'm just gonna set my face. I'm using this Kylie Soft Pink setting powder. So I put off getting that facial because I went and got a peel because I figured that would help more with like my texture and pimples, which is more of my concern right now. So went to the Face Foundry, which if you're in Minnesota, it's in the Galleria in Edina or in the North Loop. And I just did a mini facial with just a peel, and then I added on a red light just to kind of kill any bacteria to prevent more pimples from forming or happening. And I really liked it actually. I feel like it has made a pretty big difference in my skin. I've noticed that my skin feels a lot more smooth and it looks really smooth. I feel like it helped my pores look smaller because that's one of my main concerns around my nose and like on my cheeks. I feel like it has helped clear up my breakouts. I had a lot going on my chin, but they are kind of going away now. But yeah, I just wanted to keep you guys updated on that. And then the dermatologist said that the bumps I was having could have been like a reaction to a salicylic acid that I was using. She told me I should start using like a gentle cleanser in the morning. So I've been using that Tula one that I was using in my last video. This isn't a new product. This is just the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer. So I'm just gonna keep talking while I do this. So she said I should use just a gentle cleanser morning and evening. So I've been using that. And then in the morning, she told me to start using the Ordinary Azelaic Acid gel. It's like a serum gel type product. So put that on after cleansing and then use a sunscreen to help prevent like any marks from being left on my face after having pimples because they were kind of just sticking around after I would get a breakout. So too much sun exposure can keep them from fading. I also read that blue light can keep things from fading, so I got the Kula sunscreen serum, which blocks both kinds of light, and I've really been liking that one. So I've been putting that on every morning too, and then follow it up with just a nice moisturizer, like more of just a gentle one. So I've been using one from First Aid Beauty. It's the Repairing Moisturizer, I think it is. I can put it down below if you guys want. And then in the evening, do the same cleanser and moisturizer, but then use Differin Gel, which you can now get at Target, and it's to help prevent acne breakouts and clear them up. So that's what I've been doing now for like a week and a half. I didn't use the Differin Gel or the Ordinary product right after I got the peel, just because I felt like my skin was pretty dry already. So I was just keeping it really simple after that and just trying to stay hydrated because the peel does dry out your skin. And they did a custom peel for me, so it was more to help with the breakouts and my pores. So I liked that about it. It felt really gentle on my skin. And yeah, can't remember what else I was going to say about that, but also I've been using hyaluronic acid morning and nighttime just to keep it all hydrated and just to help with the peeling process right now. The dermatologist said you can also incorporate that if you feel like the Differin Gel makes your skin too dry. By the way, this is a Morphe R14 brush. This is like my favorite brush for contouring and bronzer. Otherwise, I like this Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH02. I have a lot of favorite brushes, but those are a couple of my main ones for bronzer. Okay, now I'm gonna get into the eye makeup. So as you probably saw, I did put a little bit of powder over the eye primer, but you could just leave it tacky. Otherwise, I get some creasing, so that's why I did that. I'm gonna try to make the eyes just really simple for you guys today. I'm using the new Anastasia Amrezy Palette. Super pretty. I just feel like it's a really good versatile palette. And I'm going to be using these new Sigma Trend Mood brushes. They came in the Trend Mood box. I do have an unboxing of that on my Instagram, but overall I was really impressed with it. So I'm taking this first shade, which is called Wasted, and I'm just putting that kind of all over, but mostly up at my brow bone. And some of these shadows are a little bit powdery, like You can probably see I tapped in and kind of get a lot of fallout, but that doesn't bother me. And I feel like these shadows work really nice and blend easily, so I don't really care. I actually love this palette. Then I'm taking the shade Nuyaka. I don't know how to say that. I am just putting this right above my crease, and I'm just keeping it pretty light, focusing it more on the outer half of my eye, and then buffing it in and like right to where my nose contour is, but just barely there. And if you feel like you get too much, you can always just go over it with translucent powder. I feel like it just helps really define your eye. Sorry, camera died. Then I'm just taking a little bit of OG, which is the shade next to it, and just kind of doing the same thing, but not bringing it into my nose so much. Just more focusing it out on this other outer half, I mean. And I just like to feather it out, because I feel like it really just elongates the shape of my eye. And I just like that look. And if it ever gets too dark or you just don't like how it looks, you can always go back into a really neutral shade and just buff it over the top, and that'll help blend it too. So that's what I'm doing, because I feel like it got just a little bit dark up by my brow bone. And then just to kind of carve out my crease a little bit, I'm using this Laura Mercier Caviar stick in the rose gold shade. I really like these just to make doing a cut crease type look super simple. It's obviously not going to be as sharp as if you go in with like concealer or something, but I like this for more of like a soft look. So I'm just taking it. So here's my natural crease, but if I open my eye, obviously you won't see the product, so I take it like if you would put it as eyeliner and look up, it would make a line right up here. So you can always practice that with concealer until you kind of know where that is on your eye. But I'm just taking it right up there and then putting it on my eyelid, and I'm just using this as a base for another eyeshadow. And these set really nicely so they don't move throughout the day, so I feel like they just really keep any shimmer shades in place. And going back into the Amrezy palette, I'm taking this Anastasia shade here. Just gonna take some on my finger first just to kind of get the color laid down. And then to get up into this crease area, I like to use a brush. Alright, so I pretty much have that how I want it. Going in with a little bit smaller brush, and I'm just going to darken up the outer corner there, and then maybe bring a little bit into my crease. I'm going to go into this shade 1988, which is just like a dark brown right here. And I just like to tap it on and then go back and blend it, just so you can get the shape that you want first. And same thing, I just like to feather out the end of that just to keep the same shape going. And then whatever is left over after that, I'm just going to bring up into the crease. And if you feel like you bring out your eyeshadow too much, just go in with some of your face powder and tap it over the top, and that should help lighten it back up. So I'm not sure, do people actually like watching tutorial type videos anymore, or do you guys more just like watching people do their makeup and talking, like you're just kind of hanging out, or what do you guys like? I don't know what kind of videos you like to see, so let me know in the comments. I personally like a mixture of both, because I like learning new things, but I also just like sitting and kind of mindlessly watching videos sometimes. I don't know. So yeah, just let me know. I want to make sure that I'm creating videos that you actually like watching. That's important, because if you guys don't watch it, then there's really no point in me making the video. Okay, so that's as dark as I'm going to make it right now. I'm going to go in with some eyeliner. I'm using the new Fenty Beauty Fly Pencil. It's the shade Space Cookie. It's like a brown with some glitter in it. And you just twist it up And I'm gonna make a little bit of a wing with this and then buff it out. So if you're trying to create a wing and you don't know where to put the line, go from your lower lash line and then draw it out from there. So like, see, I'm going to follow, here's my lower lash line, and then just follow it up. And for hooded eyes, you at least want to bring it above where your crease of your eye is. So you can at least start to bring it to where like the fold of your eye is. And then just kind of extend it however far you want. So like that, and then you can start bringing it in. And that'll just get you your shape, and then you can fill it in. It's a little bit harder to do with a pencil like this. You can always just start out with eyeshadow and get the shape that you want, because that's a lot easier to just fix if you need to. Like if I'm doing a pencil like this, I feel like once I get the shape, I kind of have to pull my skin so that I can get the line really good. And I'm only gonna bring it in that far. I don't want it to go over my eyeshadow. And then I'm just taking this pencil brush. I'm just gonna kind of smoke that out on the top here, just so it's not such a harsh line. And then I'm just kind of blending in this shimmer shadow to this so that it doesn't look like your liner just stops. Okay, so I'm done with the liner, just kind of finishing blending out this side, but just wanted to give you guys a quick little review on the eyeliner. It is really creamy. I love this color. You can use it in your waterline too, just kind of up to you and what you want. But I have used it a couple other times just without doing a wing. And I really liked how it wore throughout the day. It didn't move. I didn't get any product like under my eye throughout the day or anything like that. I like that you don't have to sharpen it. I like when you can just twist up a pencil like that. Otherwise, I find I don't really use them as much. And there's so many colors. Like I want all the colors. I love eyeliner like that. I like that more than like a gel type liner. This is a Morphe M432. I'm taking some of the shades that I used in the crease. I'm first going in with 1988. I'm just connecting it to that wing. I'm bringing it right along the lower lash line, but I'm not bringing it all the way in. Stopping at about where my pupil is if I'd be looking straight ahead. Then I'm taking this little pencil brush and I'm going into OG and New Yaka. And just gonna kind of smoke out the lower lashes, lower lash line a little bit. I feel like this makes my eyes look a lot more open and makes them look bigger. And bringing some of that into the wing as well. I just like when I do a wing like this, how soft it looks, but it also opens up my eye. And I'm gonna clean up under my brow bone just a little bit more with that shade Wasted. I'm using a Morphe 124 and just running it along the arch of my brow. And then you can lightly pull it down just to blend it in with your eyeshadow. Also gonna put some of that just in the inner corner here. Alright, I'm going to curl my lashes now, and then I'm just gonna pop on some mascara. Then I'm using the new Fenty Beauty mascara. This is the full frontal mascara. I have been loving this one. One side is flat and one side is more curled. So this is the flat way, this is the curled way. So I like to go in first with the flat side, and I just like to really wiggle it at the base of my lash to get the product on there, and then pull it through. And I do this all the way across. And this mascara formula is super black, which I love because my lashes are really light, as you can tell. Like you can't even really see them otherwise. And the formula is water resistant but not waterproof, so it stays on all day and it doesn't like give you raccoon eyes throughout the day, which I have a problem with a lot, but this one doesn't do that to me. So overall I've been super impressed with it. And then without getting any more product, I'm just turning the brush so it's more on the curled side, and then continuing to run it through my lashes just to really elongate them and give it some more curl. And I like to go over the top of my lashes too, just to really coat them and then pull it through. Okay, so that's how my lashes look without dipping in for any more product. So obviously this eye has one coat of mascara, this one isn't done. I'm just gonna finish up my mascara on both eyes and then I'll be back and I'll pop on some lashes too in the meantime. Okay, so I'm just waiting for my lash glue to dry. I'm just gonna use this Jaclyn Cosmetics. It's the Moodlight Luminous powder in Do Me. And I like to use this Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush. This is the JH06. I put some on the brush and then I just tap it into the lid. And I like to put it mostly on the apples of my cheeks. This gives you like a really pretty lit from within type glow. It's not too intense, and not glittery, but just makes you look nice and glowy. And my lash glue is still kind of drying, so I'm just gonna do blush while we wait. This is the Jouer Rose Gold Blush Duo. This is a smaller size. I'm just gonna take this lighter color in a Morphe E4 brush. And I saw Katie do this on her video. Luster Lux, I mean. So apparently Kylie Jenner's makeup artist does blush this way. Like you almost bring it up into your under eye. And I always like how her blush looks. And rather than bringing it out here, you just focus it more on the apples of your cheeks and like in your under eye. Sounds weird, but I think it looks really pretty. And then I bring a little bit on my nose and up on my forehead. Yeah, I think that looks really pretty. Okay, I'm going to pop on my lashes. They're almost dry. So these are Lily lashes in the style Milan. They're kind of winged out at the corner, just like a little bit flared, so they make your eyes look more open, but that's like my favorite type of lash. So I'm just gonna pop these on super quick. I have worn these once before, so they are already trimmed, but I had to trim at least a couple sections off of it. Gonna do the other one off camera and then I'll be back. Okay, I got the lashes on. They're not perfect, but I think they're gonna stay on anyway. This isn't super new either, but I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Cosmetics Flash Palette. I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade, Iced. Since my eyes are pretty shimmery, I'm gonna try to not go in with too much. I'm just gonna put it right on the highest point of my cheekbone. And then bring just a little bit from above my brow and down. That just makes it all blend in really nice. And then a little bit on my nose and the Cupid's bow. And then I'm just gonna finish with some lipstick. So I'm using MAC Spice Lip Liner. I like to overline just a little bit, especially right towards the middle. And then I'm just keeping it a little more neutral. I'm gonna try this shade of lipstick. This is from Bite Beauty in the shade Honeycomb. I don't know if these will go together. We'll see. I think so. Yeah. Then I'm just gonna use some setting spray, and this is not new, but the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And I'm just gonna go straighten my hair and then I'll be back. Alright, got my hair all together, so now this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what kind of videos you want to see more or less of. And I hope you all have a good Valentine's Day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.